The massive wooden gates shuddered and creaked. Splintering, they fell from their hinges. Beastly feet and flapping wings crushed the king's army as the evil horde poured into the once beautiful city. Enheva, home to Varveria's true king, Jova the Great. Its white walls smoked black, smashed by flaming boulders. Its pristine gardens, plundered and ravaged. After weeks of fighting, the beautiful city was in distress. Evil warriors had shattered its defenses, destroying the king's famished army. The people were losing hope. Mora surveyed the carnage before him, a twisted smile rising from his black lips. The smell of burnt flesh, the screams of the wounded mortals was music to his ears. He longed for his triumphant entry into the devastated city, but he was waiting for a particular sound. A sound years in the making.
Mora!
A winged warrior called, descending towards the dark form.
Mora, my lord! I have news from the front. Enheva is breached. The gates have fallen.
Mora brushed a strand of silver hair from his twisted face, holding it back from his pasty brow. He smirked, lifting his eyes from the battle plans. He had been waiting years for this moment, playing the faithful assistant while plotting his master's ruin. Could his dream for fame and glory be real? Would he be worshipped like Jova? Mora glared at the winged commander. His fingers gripped the blood-spattered maps scattered upon the wooden table.
Don't tempt your master with falsehoods. You know the penalty for lying.
Yes, master. I know the penalty.
The commander bowed. Folding his twisted black wings, he handed Mora a fragment of wood.
Ah, the golden letters of Enheva. Nothing but the best for King Jova.
Mora's gaze rose from the broken wood.
So you have crushed the gates, the very ones slammed upon our faces?
Yes, my lord. They are shattered.
Good, good.
Mora beckoned the commander to rise.
Revenge is near. Soon Jova will be banished from the Golden Gates. Soon he'll taste the shame of expulsion. He'll regret the day he scorned me. I'll break him like I broke the gates. I'll shatter and scatter his people to the four winds.
Yes, my lord. We'll wreck Varveria to shreds.
The commander's face contorted into a twisted scowl. Mora's cold black eyes darted across the bloody field as he clinched the battle plans.
Good. My plans are coming to a close. Send word to my warriors. I want Jova alive. He must die at my hand.
But, my lord, we have not found...
Mora slammed his fist into the warrior.
You let him escape?
The warrior recoiled. Brushing the dust from his face, he rose from the ground. A fresh bruise appeared on his right temple.
Forgive me, my lord. I will not fail you again. My troops have the city surrounded. His people are fleeing. Before nightfall, Jova will be yours.
Mora was not impressed. Pounding his fist upon the wooden table, he continued his cursing.
Wretched warrior, that's not enough. I want Jova now. Fetch Judean. I'll find him myself. Before the day's end, I will sit upon the golden throne, and Jova will serve me.
A dark snarl curled from Mora's lips as he mounted his ebony horse.
This day is not done till Jova grovels at my feet.
The warriors hissed their praise as Mora thundered towards Enheva.
Hail the new king of Varveria! Hail Mora the Great!
Acknowledging the roaring crowd, Mora continued his gallop across the battlefield. Like a lion hunting its victim, he roared past the cheering warriors. Jova must not escape. Everything he worked for centered on the death of the true king. With Jova gone, he would reign forever. Mora plunged his heels into Judean's flanks, clearing the crushed gates with a single leap. Violent screams and pleads for mercy echoed through the golden hallways, but Mora paid no heed to the peasants trampled beneath the black hooves. He was on a mission to find Jova and kill him. Searching the courtyard for the throne room door, he pulled the reins tight. Old and beautiful, golden in splendor and crafted from the finest wood, the door came into view. Usually open, the doors were shut tight, barred with a wooden post.
Cowards! They think they can stop me?
Mora snarled, driving his heels into Judean's flanks. Speeding towards the golden door, fiery smoke filling the horse's nostrils. Mora's horse struck the golden frame. The door buckled and splintered, its wooden beams snapping like twigs beneath Judean's massive hooves. The smoke cleared, a figure emerging inside the doorway. He shadowed the throne, a gleaming sword raised above his head.
Jova?
Mora's breath quickened, his pulse raced. He had longed for this day, plotted and schemed to bring it about, and now his prize was within grasp. Fearing the king's immense power, he paused for a moment, but only a moment, then pulled his blood-stained sword from its sheath.
Jova, prepare to meet your doom.
But the figure remained silent, his sword drawn, guarding the throne with his life. Behind him, a glorious light broke through the smoke-filled skies. It glimmered and glowed, illuminating the figure's brown hair and young features. Mora squinted, his eyes adjusting to the glare. No, not Jova. How could he have been wrong? But Jesse, heir to the throne.
Coward!
He shifted in his crimson saddle, that he plunged his heels into Judean's muscular flanks.
Your father's a fool, Jesse. You'll never defeat me.
The steed drew closer, but Jesse didn't flinch. His eyes were fixed, his sword raised. Not a muscle upon his tanned skin twitched, but something was moving. Dusty beam of light burning through the smoky room. Increasing in intensity, the ray landed upon the heir's golden blade, engraved with winged creatures and inscribed with the words, "Great and Mighty King." The heir's sword flashed, a colorful spectrum filling forth from the ruby lion eyes adorning the sword's golden handle. The light bent, angled, then narrowed into a radiant beam which blazed into the steed's coal-black eyes. Judean snorted and reared, filling the throne room with thick smoke. His massive hooves pawed the air. Another beam bounced from the sword, dancing around the horse's ebony hooves, sending him into a wild frenzy. The horse reared again, knocking its rider to the floor. Bucking and pawing at the beam, the horse continued its fit as it bolted from the room. Mora grunted. His evil steed was gone. It was now man against man, sword against sword. He gritted his teeth, pulling himself from the floor. Anger boiled within him. His body ached, but pride and hatred drove him forward.
Death to Jova!
He raised his blood-red sword, slashing at his enemy. Steadying himself, he slashed again, jabbing at Jesse in wild fury. But Jesse seemed undeterred. Dodging the red blur, the air slashed back, his sword connecting with Mora's thick black armor. The sound of pierced metal echoed through the chamber as a spurt of blood burst from the wound. Mora moaned, grasping his bleeding shoulder.
You can't defeat me! I live for spilt blood! Yours will be next.
A loud clang echoed through the chamber, their swords meeting again, fiery sparks bouncing from the scraping blades. Again, the warriors lunged towards one another, loud clangs resounding through the chamber, attracting a crowd. Blow after blow, the battle raged for hours, neither swordsman giving way to the other. Mora raised his sword again. Strange. His opponent seemed to know his every move. If he swung right, Jesse swung left. If he jumped left, Jesse jumped too. Usually it was he who had the upper hand. But now the tables were turned, and a force more powerful than his was jumbling his thoughts, zapping his powers of manipulation. Mora sighed, dragging his sword behind him. His aching muscles ached beneath the black armor. Somehow he would have to go on. He had not come this far, nor sacrificed this much to fail. Raising his sword to eye level, he paused, then swung with all his might. But in mid-swing, a distant trumpet blew, filling the throne room with a mournful wail. Jesse heard the sound as well, his sword once again deflecting Mora's strike. But this time, Jesse's posture changed. He pushed Mora back, surrendering his sword at Mora's feet.
What are you doing?
Mora stepped back. Was this some sort of trick?
You're giving up?
Coming to his senses, Mora kicked Jesse's sword across the room and stared into the heir's deep blue eyes.
I'm glad you realized my dominance. You and your father were doomed from the start. Too good, too kind. All that love for the people and mercy filth. A weakness I used to my advantage. but mercy has no place in battle.
Mora grabbed Jesse's throat,
Where's your father?
but Jesse did not speak. His lips closed, his jaw set. Enraged, Mora threw Jova's son towards his dark warriors.
Bind him to the altar, the one in the midst of the 12 stones. I must know Jova's position.
Yes, Lord Mora.
The winged warriors replied. Setting their master's plans in action, the Dark Warriors tortured Jesse for hours, relentless in their pursuit for Jova's secret location. But Jesse did not falter. He spoke a few words in the ancient tongue before breathing his last.
Send word to Mora the heir has died. But are you sure you want him to know?
The second warrior replied as he cut the rope, still holding Jesse's bruised and bloodied body.
Are you insane? You can't keep secrets from him.
The first warrior paced back and forth from the altar to the descending stone staircase.
Someone has to.
The second nodded.
Yes, you're right. He knows everything, but I don't.
His voice trailed off as Mora appeared before them.
Where is he? And don't hide the truth. I felt the absence of good leave this place.
Mora's nostrils flared as he glared at the warriors.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Mora grabbed the warrior.
What? He should have lasted for days.
Holding his throat, he raised him into the air.
Are you not masters of torture?
But Lord Mora!
The warrior choked, struggling to release himself from Mora's grip.
Jesse was different. He never spoke a word, and he hardly flinched.
The second warrior cowered beneath his dangling cohort. Mora didn't care for these sniffling creatures or for the body which lay upon the altar. He wanted Jova dead, and nothing was going to stand in his way. He growled as he threw the quivering warrior to the stone floor.
How'd he die?
Suddenly, my lord, we had no warning. Most victims last longer, hours, even days.
The warrior clutched his swollen throat, but Mora's frustration was not eased. He knew Jesse was strong. He had not faltered the entire battle until the trumpet blew. Something about the trumpet. A message, maybe? Mora shook his head, the unanswered questions stirring his emotions. Whipping around to view the pale corpse, Mora pulled the body from the altar.
You should have led us to Jova.
He shook the corpse, dropping it with a thud upon the stone table. He couldn't believe it. The one person who knew Jova's whereabouts lay dead at his feet. Though the throne was his prize had escaped. With anger boiling inside of him, Mora withdrew a silver dagger concealed in his crimson robe, placing the knife on Jesse's throat. He sliced through the soft skin.
You want to be a sacrifice then? I'll let you.
Chanting in the ancient tongue, Mora pushed the blade deeper, then froze. What was that? His eyebrows rose, a flicker of light catching his attention.
No, it can't be.
Dropping the dagger, he watched the blood drip from the heir's slit throat onto the platform below. Splattering upon the stones, the rocks radiated with each drop. Mora shielded his eyes, cursing under his lips.
Jova, you can't win. I'll crush the prophecy of the stone. The throne is mine, you hear? Mine forever!
Mora shook his fist at the sky, cursing as he grasped the fallen dagger and plunged it into the heir's heart.
He's dead, you hear? Dead! The prophecy won't come to pass!
With no answer from the skies, the light around the stones faded, their appearance returning to a dull gray.
Retrieve the stones.
Mora wiped the blood from his dagger and returned it to a pocket within his robe.
And make sure you get all of them. If they get into the wrong hands, all will be lost.